I love bus driving and I love the kids on the bus, and I enjoyed being able to take my children to school every morning and bringing them home every evening. Also, we have a close-knit group of bus drivers, which we come in every day at the end of the day, and we talk about the exciting things that would have happened in our morning run. We also did a lot of things together as families. We went to the mountains, we went to the beach, and so that just kept us as a close-knit group. And so that's really was my social life, and that's what I enjoyed about it. When our oldest daughter, we chose private school, and when she was in kindergarten, well, we had kindergarten orientation open house at Lidditz Area Mennonite School. They had an opening. They were needing a full-time bus driver, and Dean just said, here's your chance. You ought to go get your license, and I'll go get mine too.
Yeah, then she said, but what about snow? At that time I was driving milk truck part-time, and I enjoyed when it snowed. So I said, well, I'll get my license too, and then when it snows, I'll go drive the bus.
Snow, fog, and black ice gave us a very memorable experience.
What a lot of people don't realize about black ice is it can come on a clear, sunny day. Actually, it comes faster on that day. It's real cold for a long time. The road freezes, or the road gets very cold. And then one morning it's warm and the road sweats. When the sun breaks the horizon, it actually turns that moisture that's on the road to ice.
And that's what happened that morning as we were coming along a creek, and I realized, you know what, this road has gotten slick. And so I decided to pull off because I didn't trust it. And so I pulled off, I called the school, and I said, you know, I'm sitting along the road and this is not fit to be out here driving. As cars were coming by, one of the cars was one of the teachers at school, and she pulled off the road, and unbeknownst to her, as the cars kept coming, they saw the bus off the side of the road and they saw her car and they hit the brakes. And we were sitting there watching a demolition derby in slow motion. Cars were wiping out. What I do is the beginning of the school year, I try to learn every child's name. And as they're getting on the bus, I always greet them by their first name, each child. And I also try to acknowledge positive behavior. One of the hardest things for the children to do is to sit in their seat for that long period of time. And I try to acknowledge when they have done that, especially a child that has difficulty sitting for a long period of time. I try to acknowledge that they've sat for a long period of time and they were doing a really good job. The advice I would have, one of the first things is you do have to have a good driving record. It is for someone that doesn't mind the weather conditions, driving in the weather conditions. It is also a really good job for a mother who wants to be home when her school children are home from school and they have their vacations over Christmas and Thanksgiving. They can be home with them. And also, it's a job for a retiree, a healthy retiree that can pass his school bus physicals that you have to do every year to keep your school bus license current. And it's also a good job for a farmer who can work it into his schedule that he can be at home on the farm, but he also has a little part-time job. And it is part-time work, so it's not like you have to be out of the house 8 hours a day. It basically is like 4 hours, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. It's a good feeling because it's a positive outlook for the bus, because a lot of people don't like the bus because they don't want to be behind the bus. It's really nice to be honored and to be acknowledged that, you know, the bus is good. And actually a lot of parents don't have a problem with that because we're hauling their children and it's their precious cargo and we want to treat it like it's their precious cargo.